Hey everyone, and welcome to a new video. Today we had another trailer drop. This is our second gameplay trailer for The Sims 4 Royalty and Legacy. And a lot of you guys commented on my last trailer video that you wanted me to look through the next one. So here we are, and this is about the Dynasty gameplay. And I've actually read a few of the comments on the video, and a lot of people are saying it seems to be mirroring what was in the Sims 4 Get Together, the club system. So I'm thinking once we watch it, maybe we'll do a little comparison of the two just to refresh us what actually was in the club system and how similar it might be. But in any case, we will watch the trailer first and then we'll figure that out. So get a tea, get comfy, and let's check out the new trailer.
Dynasties are here. This is
Dang.
about legacy.
I want to be a
Your
part of that
identity, your
family.
ideals, your crest, all carried on long after you kick the bucket.
Nice. So family tree looks like it'll
A
get an
dynasty
update
might be a
quickly.
whole family of nobles, or mysterious icons, or
The
wealthy
goths,
entrepreneurs.
the land grabs.
But let's back up a bit and talk about how you can start a dynasty. As the founder and head of a dynasty,
I see.
you get to make all the big decisions.
This is what looks a little bit like
Choosing
the
the family
club
crest.
system.
Enforcing the family values, and even inviting your favorite family members from other households to join. There are two measures of a successful dynasty. Unity, meaning how well dynasty members get along, and prestige, which is earned by living by your values,
Okay.
or lost
So how
by
well they
going
get
against
along, their relationships will contribute
Naming
to
your
the
heir
success
ensures your
of
dynasty
the
will carry on.
dynasty.
Though your cool auntie is probably too busy to accept. Maybe choose somebody who actually wants the position.
And now
There you
W,
go.
the Princess of
Individual
Genevieve.
actions may only have a small impact on prestige, but every little bit helps. And prestige equals perks. Like getting a tutor or faster promotions
Ooh,
at
tutors,
work.
that's
Everyone
cool.
say Nepo baby.
That's fun.
Or even making alliances easier. Since prestige receives a boost from fortune connections with other dynasties too.
okay.
Even when you find yourself facing off against a rival dynasty, there's an opportunity to come out ahead. Ooh, nice one.
So rivals can help your prestige if you
But
beat them?
there's also a risk to your personal rank if you hurt prestige. And if it drops low enough,
Oh,
someone
dear.
could challenge you for leadership.
Oh no.
But hey, if you're not happy being part of a certain dynasty, you can go start a new one.
The tea.
Just make sure you choose family members who will help you gain prestige instead of lose it.
What is he
Uh-oh.
gonna go do?
That secret affair better not come to light.
Oh
It's
no.
important to ensure no one discovers your dirty laundry. Because with devious conspirators about, every one of your family's indiscretions is a potential scandal waiting to break.
Zansmushka.
Secret child.
Take advantage of the
awesome.
situation by leveraging your new knowledge. Use it to form a trusted bond as a close, loyal confidant. Or extort them for power or simoleons, whichever.
It's awesome.
Oof, that will
I
hurt
know it
prestige
sounds messed
quite
up,
a bit.
but
You can try and
I
do
can't
damage
wait to
control
extort
by declaring the
Sims.
troublesome dynasty member the outcast. But the effects of a scandal may last a while. Maybe it would have been better to stay in your original dynasty. But the choice is yours. Just sim it and see. Now you just have to decide if you want the crown.
Ooh,
shiny.
pretty. Shiny. I was literally about to say, ooh, shiny. I'll just pause it there because I don't. I always get worried about the music in these trailers that it'll get copyright strike on YouTube. Anyway, again, available February the 12th. I'm surprised they didn't go for the marketing strategy of releasing on Valentine's Day with a bit of a royal love story. I wonder why, because that could have worked as well, I think. Anyway, I'm just thinking outside the box here. Yeah, I feel like these awards are getting better, which is good. But yes, let's look back at the trailer. So basically it says, okay, first of all, what is a dynasty? Or some people are saying you say dynasty wrong, but in Australia, you would usually pronounce it as either dynasty or dynasty, because it's like an American version, or I suppose, British. Yeah, so basically what is a dynasty? A dynasty could be, a royal family. It's basically a family that has success and wealth that then gets passed down by generations. So you don't have to use this pack for royal gameplay. You could create like the Real Housewives, I guess, of Sims, or just a series of really wealthy families who are successful in business, like the Goths and the Landgrabs, and then that can create a dynasty as well. So I do love that aspect because I'm not really that into royal gameplay. That's not really my jam, but I love scandalous gameplay, and I would have loved to have this like way back when The Sims came out. I just do want to point out some beautiful outfits here. I do think the outfits are looking insane for this pack, like so good. And I think it's because there's that African influence that's really strong, and it's just very, very beautiful colors and patterns. And I love the seashells and the jewelry that's really bold. So I am really looking forward to that. The family tree update, I think this will be, obviously the shields that come up here won't be in the base game because that is the dynasty shield and it can show where the dynasty started, I suppose, and then it got passed down. And then they've had kids, and then they were a part of the dynasty as well. Oh, I think this shield actually means the leader. Yeah, that makes sense. So it kind of, I can see why people have said in the comments, it just looks like the Sims 4 get together with clubs. So we will compare it in a little while so we can really see. So I love seeing this as well. The Goths here, just seeing them having their dynasty. This dress looks phenomenal. This is so gorgeous. I love that. And I love this dress as well. And this choker here, someone was pointing out this choker looks like the revenge necklace that Princess Diana wore, or people coined it the revenge necklace, which is awesome. Some nice things in the background as well. Those look like new sheer curtains and a new couch. So yeah, I think it'd be even just fun to play with the Goths and the Landgrabs with this pack. Oh, and it looks like there's a new shelf here with a ladder on it. That's cute. And new counters as well. Very cool. But yeah, I think I would just love to play kind of housewife style, just really rich families with heaps of drama being extorted. Now let's have a look at this family tree. So I guess the family tree just has the wedding ring link here. There's nothing too crazy until they actually add the new shields to it. And this is how you can found your own dynasty. You can enter the name, a description of it. You can add members. And it also has an option to view all. So perhaps you can add more members that's shown than the number that's here, I'm not sure. Then you can add the skills that they will probably work on or want to showcase and their ideals. So I guess you could make a dynasty who's really into the arts, or you could have them really into like devious activities like mischief. So they put in their dynasty, they pick a shield, which this reminds me a lot of Get Together. And then we've got all of the dynasty members. Oh, let's just pause right here. Look at these. Maybe these are archways, and there's some really cool pots as well. And then over here we have a new menu that shows prestige and unity. And they said the success of your dynasty will depend on these two things. So unity, I think they said, was how well your members get along. So I assume if their relationship is bad, then that's going to bring down their unity. Whereas if they're closer, that will bring up their unity, helping the success of their dynasty. And then the prestige, it sounded like you could do tasks like winning a jewel to increase the prestige, or creating an alliance with another dynasty. So different actions can increase the prestige, and also working on your ideals and skills. Love this scene of them painting I think they described her as the auntie. She looks amazing. The rose gold jewelry. And also, can we just appreciate the body freckles that we had added to the game a while ago now? That was such a good addition to the game. So this dynasty ideal is artistic, and they're showing that the prestige goes up. I think they also said that it goes up quite slowly, but every bit counts. I also didn't notice this until now, but she's saying that technology use is bad, like using your phone. It kind of reminds me in Eco Lifestyle when there's the neighborhood action plan of lowering use of technology or whatever. So I guess you can choose that as an ideal. And then you can declare certain Sims as heirs, but that doesn't mean that they will accept, because this aunt said she's far too busy to be an heir. So rewind this, and instead she asks the other Sim to be an heir, and he accepts, and then she, I guess, dobs him the next heir. And she looks pretty happy about it. She doesn't mind at all. Beautiful curtain here, nice new wall art. Although I've got to say, I feel like I haven't seen that much artwork or painting in this. Or, I mean, it's cool seeing the portrait, but this looks like the base game portraits. So no, I don't think we're really seeing any new like royal portraiture or anything, which just from them showing this, that would have been cool. So he accepts that he's going to be the new heir. And then this Sim is practicing on her sword dummy here. Sword fighting will be a new skill. And then we've got some new candelabras on the side. Dynasty ideal is to be bold. So I suppose sword fighting comes under that ideal. So the ideals might be a little more broader than individual skills or actions, perhaps. And due to her practicing that, the prestige is going up bit by bit. And then these two are being passionate, another option for an ideal. Wow, this looks cool too. I wonder if this will be an actual build in the pack, because that is stunning with the geometric tiles, the basket lights, I would assume. I mean, it kind of does look like a build, just looking at the columns here and the archways. Yeah, that looks awesome. And again, bit by bit, that's helping. Dynasty perk is tutor. So from increasing your prestige stars, maybe when you reach a certain star, at some point you can then unlock dynasty perks, which is kind of like, say, in our occult packs or celebrity pack, Get Famous, if you level up in your cult or in your fame, then you can get perks and you get to select the perk that you get. So a tutor is a cool idea, and I like that, you can have this wealthy, snobby family who spoils their kids with tutors so they get a leg up at school or help with their homework. Or a perk might be nepotism, which it looks like this could be a very fancy office setting, business setting. Perhaps you can get a leg up at work, maybe? Because usually nepotism is career related. Oh no, nepotism definition is the practice among those with power or influence of just favoring relatives, friends, or associates, especially by giving them jobs. So it might be career related. I really want to just be able to hand over money. Just be like, I'm going to give you money. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that, but I would love more control over simoleons in the game. Another perk is easier alliances. So perhaps that means that you make friends with other dynasties more easily, because those look like two shields coming together. And then you can propose an alliance, and then that also gives you a good leg up in the prestige. Nice shoes, by the way. Or these guys are going to be rivals. So they're sword fighting their rivalry, I guess. So then because she won that rivalry sword fight, the prestige goes up. Oh, and it says rank 1. What does that mean? I'm not sure what the ranking is. Maybe that's similar to, again, like that occult and Get Famous situation or UI, where you move up in the ranks and the levels. Demand to become head. So you can demand to become the leader of a dynasty. You don't have to be offered it. Beautiful shelf back here. I really hope this comes in a grey concrete with light timber shelves. I'm just going to put that out there that's what I'm really hoping for. And some marble geometric tiles. Demand to become head. And she said, no, I don't think so. Or she can leave the dynasty and I guess give that up to her. This looks like a new wardrobe over here with some animal carvings on it. Got the baskets. This is, I think that's a base game plant. This necktie and also this suit top is so amazing. Whoa, and look at this wall artwork. Okay, we are seeing some wall art. So she's not in a dynasty. Oh wait, I think I just got confused here. I think she's demanding to be the head of the dynasty. And then she says, no, I don't think so. And then she's now telling her to leave the dynasty, or she's deciding to leave because she can't become the head of it. So she's like, fine then, I'm going to create my own dynasty and it's going to be the real dynasty. So she's got some new members here. Their skills appear to be focusing on logic, charisma, and programming. Ideals? I don't know what these are. Passion? Or woohooing with everyone, being outgoing, socializing, and, I don't know, book studying of some kind. We get a really nice look at one of the neighborhoods here. This tree is gorgeous. I wonder if this is like a new landscaping tree or if this is more of a central focus of this area. It looks like there is some kind of market stall down here, and she is making some kind of speech and everyone's clapping. It looks like she was presenting to a new dynasty that she's founded. But these two, this woman is saying, I am married to him, because there's the graphic of the wedding rings, but he's yawning as if to say he is bored in his marriage. And so he goes off, scoundrel, and flirts with another woman. And here he is pretending like all is hunky-dory, socializing with his beautiful wife. Meanwhile, this guy's like, oh, I'm gonna be devious, I'm gonna be evil, maybe a bit snobby. And that was a nice doorway. He's going to go research another family tree. So maybe this is an item that you can sleuth about in to get secrets from other family dynasties. So a very practical way to get secrets. Also loving these new windows here, or breatheways. So he's found out that in this family tree, even though these two are married with their own child, there appears to have been a secret love child over here. Oh my goodness. This I'm really curious about. So it looks like we have a notebook here where we'll be able to look at scandals too. Now there has been scandals in other packs, although they might not have been called the exact same thing. But I don't think it's been as clear as what it looks like it can be in this pack and have as much of an impact on your gameplay. It turns out Emilio has a child his spouse does not know about. So Bria doesn't know about the child. I wonder if other Sims know about it. Well, I'm just trying to think how this is going to work practically in gameplay. So I suppose in a practical sense, maybe the child can't be invited maybe they don't come up as family members for events, and I don't know, maybe there'll be other interactions to do with this as well. And it also has a severity ranking. So this is a major issue. This is a major scandal, and it affects Bria. So he's actually going to go to this guy, and he can either keep the secret, which maybe it'll give a boost to their relationship. There's a nice fruit basket over here. New plants, new dining chair, new table. This is a sculptural item over here. I actually wondered in the first trailer if it was a kind of traditional instrument, but I think it looks more sculptural. Or the other option is you can extort them. I don't know what you can extort them for though, whether it's money or if it's just going to lower their prestige so they'll leave or something like that. So extort, it looks like he's asking him to hand over something and he's pleading him not to extort him. So I don't know why whenever I play back videos, it always goes pixelated and makes the Sims look crazy. So I am sorry about that. Oh no. And this lady, she is not happy. And she's like, why would you do this in my dynasty? You are an embarrassment to us. And she is going to declare him as an outcast. I don't know what that actually means if they're an outcast, if it has anything, maybe their actions no longer affect the dynasty's prestige or something. Yeah, I'm interested to see how that'll actually affect them. And then it says, oh, maybe she should have never, ever left the dynasty in the first place. And then she could have fought this bozo anyway and strengthened their relationship with the leader. And there you go, and then we see the crown here. So that's really the summary of the trailer. I love that little sparkle. Sparkly. That's funny. I thought sparkly at the exact same time as the narrator. Let's have a comparison of clubs and this new system, because sometimes it can be hard to remember exactly what like how similar something is, like it will remind you of the club system, but I do want to see with my own eyes how similar this is. So I've just loaded up my Sims game and I'm going into my build save file, the recent build I did. So we'll go over to Windenburg because that's where we already have families with clubs, and we can also take a look at the fame system as well. So where is Windenburg? Over here. So this is the world that came with Get Together, and I believe I guess almost everyone is in some kind of club in this world, so we'll just go to these guys. Okay, I actually think this house is so cool. I did renovate it once, but it's just a really cool house. Also, Windenburg looks so pretty when it's snowing. I'm not sure I've actually visited it while snowing in a long time. So if we go over to social groups, so these guys are all part of either the party house or the powerhouse. So Marcus Flex is the leader of the powerhouse, and this is what it looks like. And at the same time, I've just put a screenshot from the trailer. Now, the UI could be different in the trailer compared to the actual game. I guess we don't know until it comes out, but I assume it'll probably look something like that. And yeah, it does look like it's reusing the same function. I guess the question is, like, what are players wanting from the game? What do they expect at this point of the game? And can it be different enough to make it feel like a new pack that also warrants it being an expansion pack, which is the biggest kind of DLC you can get for The Sims 4. So the same thing for dynasties and clubs, you name them, you can pick their picture, you can add a description, and then you have your members. It looks like Dynasty can have more members perhaps because there's a view all button. And also Dynasties, it looks like it's unlimited for how many you can add at any stage, well, depending on how many you're allowed. Whereas with Get Together, you have to purchase a capacity upgrade perk to add another member. There are requirements to get into a club that you can add, but they're not doing that with Dynasties. However, I think on the Discord, they said with Dynasties, you have to either marry into the family or you have to be born into the family to become a part of the dynasty, but maybe the leader can also add others to it. If I don't know, maybe if you're really good friends with them, they'll add you, or maybe you can add them while playing the leader. I'm not sure, the head of the dynasty. So that's a little different. There's also a club hangout for clubs, but we don't have a hangout location for the dynasty. And then there's the club activities. And then there's also band activities. So this is different because for your dynasties, you either have skills and ideals. This is very literal, what activities the club does and what they frown upon. So it's very much like be flirty action, be funny action. Whereas it looks like with dynasties, it's perhaps more nuanced because they said passion was one thing that would be an ideal. And I suppose that could be a group of flirtatious actions or social actions. So I then guess that brings into it probably more features from Adventure Awaits, like your camps, because I think those were a bit more varied, what they do there. So yeah, there is obviously an overlap here of the systems. And then you could also get club perks, which it sounds like instead of perks, they're doing traits. So yeah, there are differences. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Get Famous, the fame system. And I believe there is a cross-pack compatibility that they mentioned on the Discord as well. So we'll go to the world from Get Famous, which is Del Sol Valley. I'll just keep up our Dynasty UI on the screen. And let's go to Judith Ward, because I think she's a top-tier celebrity. Because we do have fame perks, which they might be borrowing from this pack as well. Where are you, Judith Ward? Here we are. So in Get Famous, I always get lost trying to find the fame panel, but it's in Simology under public image. And then you can go to fame points here. And this is similar to occults where you level up. And then as you level up into different tiers, you can then unlock different things. So the perk of being able to get your kid a tutor is maybe kind of like this idea, but I don't think it's going to look like this. And like I said, this is in other occult game packs as well. So throughout all the packs, they do borrow and reuse aspects from each pack. It's kind of what The Sims does. Although I've got to say, I think we have run into a problem now where, because The Sims 4 is such an old game, I feel like they have been able to get away with this reusing features from different packs and mechanisms from different packs and UIs and whatnot for quite a long time. But there is a certain point when players kind of clue onto it and they start getting sick of reusing features or being able to recognize features, because the longer a game goes on for and the more packs you release, it's only natural for players to think, well, I really want something new, or yearn for something new even more. And as a player, I agree with that. Like, I really want completely new functionality in the game, but I do wonder if they're, from a more technical standpoint, I do wonder if they're at the foundation of their game engine can even be expanded more at this point, if they can even do that. I imagine they probably could, but it's how much budget in terms of time and money and people it would cost to expand it to bring new things to the game. And maybe that's why we've never got things like cars. Maybe that's why we haven't even got something like a spiral staircase, or things like something small like a handbag they can carry, because maybe the game foundation has never allowed them to expand it that much. Maybe they didn't think the game would go on for this long. And that's why in the past, why previous Sims titles came out, every 5 or 6 years, like between The Sims 1, The Sims 2, and The Sims 3, and then The Sims 4, players didn't really have time to get as sick of the game, I think. And also, especially with The Sims 3, you could just do a lot more in the game. Like, it did have a lot of new features added. But the cost of that was that the game became arguably unplayable, where packs would just crash and no one could run it, and the system, like your system, would just be constantly overloaded. So then The Sims 4, in a way, it was good, it was simplified, but because it's gone on for so long now, it's like, we really need completely new features in the game. So I do totally understand people's criticism when they say this looks exactly the same. I also wonder, from a marketing standpoint, if maybe it wasn't the wisest idea to highlight the Dynasty gameplay, because it does, for any seasoned Sims player who really knows the game really well, it is like, oh, wait, that's the club system. And because it's focusing on that, not everything we focused on in the previous trailer, then people are like, oh, is this just the same thing? So maybe they shouldn't have made this trailer, and they didn't need a second gameplay trailer. However, I wonder if most people who view the trailer are the seasoned players who will notice these things, or if for the most part, it's people who don't know the game that well and wouldn't notice. So maybe it is worth making a trailer focusing on the Dynasty system. So yeah, it's an interesting thing to talk about, but I definitely think it felt really noticeable for this. The trailer itself was really nice. So yeah, I guess we're gonna wait to play the pack, actually see how different it feels. For me, I think this looks like a fun expansion, and it's got things in the game that I wish I was able to do earlier in The Sims, when I used to do more scandalous gameplay, because it looks like it will hopefully function really well and be really fun. And I do think as a whole, it will hopefully be different enough compared to Get Together. I don't mind it borrowing functionality from different packs, because that's often how games work. But yes, I agree I agree that there is this issue as we need more brand new things in the game at this point. We need brand new. And also looking at other games, life sim games that are coming out or have come out that are saying, look, you can do this in a game. So it's like, why can't Sims? Why can't you guys do that? I really wish there was a new Sims game. I wish there was a Sims 5, because a big refresh of the game engine would be really great. But then I know a lot of people also don't want to have to start all over again with all of their hard work, and they just want the game expanded. So maybe at some point they can just expand the game and bring in truly new gameplay and new experiences. And I think that would be really vital in the success of The Sims, because I definitely feel like it's slowing down these days. There's not as much hype about packs, because I don't think it's bringing that much new to the table. And really the last biggest hype I felt was when they introduced infants and that whole new life stage, because that was something completely new that they brought to the game. So praying that The Sims really can expand the game engine and bring totally new stuff. And I think with competitors and other games popping up, I think they need to. Yeah, players are just gonna start getting bored. That's what I think if it keeps dragging on. But the pack itself, I do think looks really fun, and I am excited to check it out. So I will be making gameplay videos, so make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and keep an eye out for those. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below what you think. And I am also really excited to see the world, the new actions of like doing the waltz dance and the power shifts they were talking about where you can like do something with a sword and a glass slipper. Like, I think with this trailer, it's easy to forget about other new features. And also the creator sim items look amazing and the build and buy. And I'm also really looking forward to seeing the community work that have contributed to this pack as well, and the builds and the research. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, thank you to my amazing members for all of your support. If you'd like to see behind the scenes video, there's a library of over 100 videos I've made that you can check out and binge watch if you want. If you become a member, even if you just want to join up for a little while, if you're just wanting a little bit more content. And also I have a second channel, Deli Diary, which I will be trying to upload a new video soon once I get our bathroom fully decorated that we just renovated. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world, and I can't wait to speak to you all soon. Dag dag!